पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुक्ष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जय गण मंगल जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
उत्तर युद्ध सेवा मेडल एवं आज के other officers and officials, most respected awardees, teacher, media person, fellow participants in this program. Today we are gathered here on the auspicious occasion of Teachers' Day. Happy Teachers' Day to all of you. This day marks the birth anniversary of Dr. started in a road area of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan की पोर्ट्रेट पर पुष्प अर्पित करें। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु
the governor as the chief guest for the day and the deputy speaker as our guest of honor. Your participation highlights the significance of this event.
and promoting the growth of students to be
इसको लीजिए इसको हाँ इधर देखिए इधर देखिए
have scored more than 95% during the past 3 years. They also funded in their career.
इसका सब हाँ इधर देखिए यहाँ देखिए
Who worked as National Resource Person for Assessment of Speaking and Listening, CBSE, and collaboration with Trinity College, London. He also organized various seminars on communal harmony.
हाँ
On 26 2004, he was awarded district level commendation twice. He actively participated and published an English article on the teachers, the reading habits, and proper use of library among the students. He also participated in various training programs. And served for 30 years. And apart from teaching, he also used innovative teaching methods and promoted his students for better prospects to excel in their lives. He is the recipient of commendation certificate from the district administration on the occasion of Republic Day 2021. He made the class interactive by demonstrating 3D models. He also participated in many training programs.
It's a very important occasion that we gather here today to speak on education itself. And very rightly, we have paid our tribute to one of the India's most illustrious sons, a philosopher, scholar, statesman, and above all a great teacher, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan ji. It is a day of great significance as we not only celebrate his birth anniversary, but we honor his unparalleled contributions to education and his lasting legacy. I remember growing up in school when Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan was the Vice President, first operator, later on the President. I think his persona had that intellectual aura around it. He exuded intelligence, he exuded kind of knowledge that he always had around him, and he professed this knowledge at the time when the country was just getting ready to deal with itself after the independence. He was a man of immense intellectual prowess who made significant contributions to philosophy, particularly in the understanding of Indian thought and its relationship to the Western philosophy, because we were ruled by the British for a very long time and by the Mughals before that. His works on comparative religion and philosophy earned him the international acclaim, and he became a bridge between the East and the West, fostering mutual understanding and respect. May his teachings continue to inspire us, and may we strive to live up to the high standards of excellence and integrity that he had embodied. Once again, heartiest congratulations to all the awardees today. It's a great day for the teachers to be recognized for their hard work, for their continuous dedication to the service that they are doing for the humanity. It is also a great day for the state to have teachers who have excelled in their own spheres and they have earned this award. We are here to celebrate the outstanding achievements of our educators, those who have dedicated their lives to the noble cause of teaching and have, through their hard work and commitment, earned the recognition as award-winning teachers. To award-winning teachers, I offer my heartfelt congratulations. Your contributions are a testament to your unwavering dedication, your passion for teaching, and your commitment to the shaping of the future of our nation. I have included all these words here because it comes from the heart, and I sincerely hope and wish that our teachers rise up to the occasion and to the sentiment that is being expressed. Your success serves as an inspiration to your fellow educators and to the next generation of teachers. You have demonstrated that teaching is not just a profession, but a calling, one that requires passion, creativity, and a deep commitment to nurturing young minds. Teachers are actually the architects of the society. They mold the minds of young, they instill values and inspire the dreams. Your influence extends far beyond the classroom. It touches every corner of our communities, and it has a very lasting impact on the lives of our students. The knowledge you impart, the encouragement you provide, and the examples you set guide your students not just academically but also in their personal and professional lives. 2 days back I was at a seminar, Viksit Arunachal, Viksit Bharat, and a lot of thoughts were shared on education and how Arunachal itself is going to address this very important aspect of development within the state. And I remember I made a little comment to say that in my opinion there were 4 kinds of teachers. There was a teacher who tells you to open the book, go to page so and so and read the paragraph. There is yet another teacher who explains, having gone to the page, what is being said and why. There is the third kind of teacher who demonstrates. He gives examples. He quotes from history, and that enables the understanding by the students. And then there is the fourth kind of teacher who imbibes all these 3 qualities, whom we can say they are the ideal teachers. So the need of the hour today in Arunachal and our schools is to have teachers who are enabled and who can inspire our students. That is the reason. Arunachal Pradesh, with its breathtaking landscapes and rich cultural heritage, is a land of immense potential. But to realize this potential fully, we must prioritize education as the cornerstone of our development. Education is not just about acquiring knowledge, it is the foundation on which we build our future, the tool that empowers individuals to contribute meaningfully to society, and the key to unlocking opportunities for growth and prosperity. Despite the progress that we have made, there are still significant challenges that need to be addressed in our education system. And I am being frank about those. These sentiments have been shared by the Honorable Deputy Speaker, and I wish to reiterate that many areas of Arunachal Pradesh, particularly in the remote and rural regions, continue to face issues such as lack of infrastructure, shortage of qualified teachers, and limited access to quality educational resources. These challenges hinder our children's ability to receive education they deserve, and by extension, limit their ability to achieve their full potential. When I was participating in the 3-day Chintan Shivir, as I mentioned just now, I am sure that this Shivir has come out with a plan to address all these challenges, as I have learned from the Honorable Commissioner of Education. I am also aware that our government has accorded due priority to education sector and made budgetary provisions for providing necessary fillip to enhancement of education in the state, which has also been mentioned by the Honorable Deputy Speaker just now. Therefore, it is imperative that we work together with our government officials, educators, community leaders, and parents to overcome these obstacles. I would like to dwell on some of the focus areas that we need to concentrate on. Promoting education effectively requires a comprehensive approach that addresses various aspects of educational system, from access and quality to equity and relevance. Here are some of the best practices in the promotion of education. Implement policies that ensure every child, regardless of socio-economic background, gender, ethnicity, or disability, has access to education. This includes providing scholarships, creating special programs for marginalized groups, invest in building and maintaining educational infrastructure, including classrooms, libraries, laboratories, digital learning facilities, particularly in the underserved regions. Regularly train our teachers to enhance their pedagogical skills, subject knowledge, ability to use technology in the classrooms, etc. Continuous professional development should be a priority to keep the teachers updated on the latest educational practices. This is important because a highly educated teacher would definitely be a better teacher as the years go by. leverage technology to improve the quality of education through e-learning platforms, digital classrooms, and access to wealth of online resources that we have. Technology can help bridge the gap in remote learning, especially in times of crisis. We need to promote gender equality in education by addressing barriers that prevent girls from attending schools, such as safety concerns, cultural norms, and economic pressures. This is an important aspect, and I would have addressed the parents if they were here, because they are the ones who would be able to make sure that this happens. Programs that provide financial support, mentorship, and safe school environments can help ensure that girls receive the same opportunities as boys. Support for students with special needs, develop inclusive education programs that cater to the needs of students with disabilities, ensuring they have access to the same quality of education as their peers. This includes specialized training for teachers, appropriate infrastructure, and individualized learning plans. We need to encourage active parental and community involvement. This is yet another very important aspect which during my travels to various regions and in districts, I find that this aspect needs more emphasis and better participation. Educated and informed parents can play a crucial role in supporting their children's education, particularly in the earlier years. I have a suggestion here which is out of the box, but nevertheless I think I'll mention it. I want you to consider if our Gaon Buddhas can shoulder the responsibility of being the guardians to ensure that all children go to school and they are not pulled out for farming and other issues. To keep a watch on drug addiction and to organize local coaching for children in addition to the present charter of monitoring crime within the community. They are the best suited people, they are elderly, they are respected, and their word carries a lot. We need to foster public-private partnerships between the government, private sectors, NGOs, and civil society to bring additional resources, expertise, and innovation. These partnerships can help expand access to quality education and address specific local challenges. We must implement robust systems for monitoring and evaluating educational outcomes. Data-driven insights can help identify areas for improvement, guide policy decisions, and ensure the resources are used effectively.
स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने हमारा एसएसपी मुख्यमंत्री पेमा खांडू जी ने और हमारा एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर जो कि एक बहुत एक इंटेलेक्चुअल आदमी है और जो ईमानदार है, जेंटल है, तो दोनों का नेतृत्व में, दोनों का लीडरशिप में ये निर्णय लिया है कि हम लोग का जो स्कूल है उसको क्लबिंग करके 3-4 स्कूल को एक साथ करके उसको इंटर विलेज स्कूल घोषित करके वहाँ में सारा फैसिलिटीज जो स्कूल में होना चाहिए फैसिलिटीज वो स्कूल आप लोग को मुहैया कराएगी। मैंने भी अपना ओपिनियन दिया था, मैंने यही बोला था अगर आप लोग स्कूल को रीलोकेट करके बनाता है तो कम से कम एक प्रोटोटाइप मतलब सारा प्राइमरी स्कूल का एक मॉडल होना चाहिए, स्कूल का अपर प्राइमरी का एक मॉडल होना चाहिए, सेकेंडरी का एक मॉडल होना चाहिए। वो मॉडल स्कूल को एक प्रोटोटाइप बना करके हर स्कूल में हम लोग को G+1, G+2 का स्कूल बिल्डिंग बनाना है। उसका साथ में बॉयज हॉस्टल बनाना है, गर्ल्स हॉस्टल बनाना है, टीचर्स क्वार्टर बनाना है और प्लेग्राउंड बनाना है जो मैंडेटरी है, और हमारा स्कूल का कंपाउंड को सिक्योर करने के लिए कंपाउंड वॉल बनाना है। कम से कम ये स्कीम आप लोग को लेके जाना होगा। मेरे ख्याल स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने डिसीजन ले ही लिया। अभी स्कूल क्लबिंग का सीएम साहब ने समय सीमा में तय कर दिया। 20 सितंबर को सारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट का जो प्रक्रिया है, जो प्रोसीड्यूर्स है, डीसी को इंस्ट्रक्शन दे दिया, डीजीएससी को इंस्ट्रक्शन दे दिया। आप लोग 20 सितंबर में सारा प्रक्रिया खत्म करके स्टेट को भेजना है। स्टेट को भी टाइम सीमा बांध कर रख दिया है कि 20 अक्टूबर तक आप लोगों को सारा प्रक्रिया को खत्म करना है और नवंबर से हम लोग उसको इम्प्लीमेंटेशन शुरू करेगा। ये साल भी हम लोग स्टार्ट करेंगे और आने वाला साल में तो एकदम बड़ी पैमाने पर माने यूथ स्तर पर उसको काम करने के लिए हमारा जो मुख्यमंत्री है उसी कॉन्क्लेव में आदेश दे दिया। तो मेरे ख्याल आने वाला दिन में आप लोगों को इतना तकलीफ नहीं होगा। जो हमारा समय का जो टीचर्स लोग जहाँ में आपका पक्का बिल्डिंग का कोई नामो निशान नहीं था, जहाँ वाटर सप्लाई का कोई फैसिलिटीज नहीं था, पैदल चल करके पानी को नदी से हम लोग बुक करके देते थे, वो जमाना याद करने से तो आप लोग आज सौरभ में काम किया जैसा ऐसा लगेगा अगर ये गवर्नमेंट का पॉलिसी एंड प्रोग्राम को सही ढंग से इम्प्लीमेंट अगर हम करते हैं। तो इसको गवर्नमेंट का पॉलिसी को सही ढंग से इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए हम सब लोगों को तो साथ देना होगा, अपना अपना लेवल में कंट्रीब्यूट करना होगा, अपना लेवल में योगदान करना होगा। तो आप लोग एकदम सक्रिय रहना है, एक्टिव रहना है। आपका स्कूल में कुछ कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रहा है तो आपको उसको देखना है। ये